Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It is Francesco here. Welcome to the Keep Productive YouTube channel if you're brand new. Today we'll be looking at Missive, which is a team collaboration email application. It's mainly used in a company setting as a way to collaborate on email, whether that's assigning email to other people, drafting pieces to each other, or checking other such formats like social media and SMS. So we'll be overviewing some of the team functionality today, and I also want to share with you guys why I'm using it as my solo email and have been for the last couple of months. Now, Missive are a sponsor here for the Keep Productive channel in March, so just want to let you guys know that. But naturally, I want to give you my most honest and unbiased review as possible. So let's dive in today. So as you can imagine, this is mainly a team collaboration tool. So you can naturally connect up whatever email application you use, whether that's iCloud, Office 365, or G Suite or Google accounts, to allow you to set up any of the email. Now, Missive itself is quite an expansive email. The great thing is it's available on web, iOS, Android, and also they have a Mac and Windows version. So it's pretty available. I particularly like for myself it being available on web, and I can imagine that's probably quite useful for teams because if you're looking to get set up on just the Chrome browser, you can pretty much get started by creating an account there. So obviously, as I mentioned, you can create and connect social media to your account and SMS as well. So obviously we'll be talking about that a little bit in a moment. But you have features, for example, like shared labels, assignments. You've also got ability to chat and comment inside of posts, which we'll talk about, which is really good for team collaboration around support tickets or general emails to each other. So we'll be going over those more collaborative functions. So of course, one of those initial collaborative functions is the ability to write and compose emails together. So essentially you can do that in real time and you can begin sharing attachments on that same email. So you can access that through the drafts area and begin crafting this piece. So for example, if you and your team are doing a press release, or even you just want to be able to send something to a client, then you can collaborate on that and even leave notes for each other in the comment section, which is quite easy. And you do get like almost a timeline of what happens as you do that. So that's one of the mega bonuses. Now you've also got the ability to have general team and one-to-one room discussions. So for example, if you and your team want to share ideas or discuss something, you do have chat, which resides in the bottom left-hand corner, and you can find that on all of the devices. So if you just wanted to chat in real time together and even leave comments or private comments on emails that have been sent or have been received, you can do so too. Now they have a couple of workflow based stuff. So if you and your team want to set up some rules about workflows around incoming and outgoing messages, so you can set up a few rules around that. If, for example, you wanted to forward certain pieces on or be able to send stuff on. But the great thing is once you have your email set up, everyone can get access to a certain email that you're sharing, and you can go into settings and change all the details around that depending on how much access you want to give certain people. So obviously you have the API, which is now integrated now with Todoist and Asana, so you can now connect up with these applications. So if you want to, for example, be able to save projects or save tasks, then you can do that now all inside of Missive. So that's one of the big bonuses. I'll probably do an article on this, so do check the description if you find and you want to know more about that. If not, I'll include their official release on this one. So of course they do have a theming. So for example, you can change to a lighter theme or a darker theme. You have some integrations. Also, as I mentioned, you can obviously connect with Asana and Todoist, but you can use something called Full Contact, which automatically gets a full person profile for everyone that you write an email to. So if you already use that tool, you can connect with that integration. So at any given time, you can connect a new account and you can connect a range of accounts. For example, my account, I think I have a 4 Gmail accounts connected to it, but you can have Gmail, Office 365, Outlook, G Suite, iCloud, IMAP, and also SMS Twilio. So if you'd use Twilio, Facebook Messenger, and if you want to connect an additional Twitter account, it's going to be $20 per month. But we'll touch on pricing near the end. And once you have access, you can create what's called an organization, which allows you to adapt what you actually have and what access you can share with people, what labels you've got set up, and of course, naturally billing too. So you can obviously assign stuff to other people. So for example, when you've got an email and you want to be able to assign it to someone else inside of there, you can assign it to someone. So for example, in this case, I could assign it to Alice and she would get that as a part of her assigned area on the left-hand side, which you can make available. And you could even close that there, which is quite good. Now, there are a range of different abilities too. So you can use some write some private comments at the bottom, and also use the tasks area to actually assign a specific task that can be ticked off quite easily. And naturally that will get added to the timeline thread. Now you can get an activity list. So if you want to see all of the outgoing emails, you can do so. You can customize appearance, swipes, shortcuts, and even responses. And responses I found to be an area that's really helpful. So for example, if you've got any routine company responses, maybe it's like, I'm not sure, like I use it a lot for meeting rules. So for example, if like I want to be able to let somebody know about my meeting policies, or like I'm writing like loads of bulk emails to people, then I can just, create a new response and paste that one in without any problems. And obviously it appears in as text. So there are a range of abilities for Teams. Now I just wanted to mention to you guys about the things that particularly interest me when it comes to using it as a solo email. So just to let you know the pricing before we get started, because I know people will be flagging this one up as an issue for solo pricing. So I don't necessarily recommend it for individuals who are like using just casual email. Like if you're using this compared to Newton as a solo email, then of course Missive is not trying to be the solo email like Newton is for one person. So just to give you an idea on pricing, if you want to use it for free, you can. It's got a 15-day history, which means you can only go back 15 days worth of emails and search them, which does limit you. But if you're only sending emails, I guess that's obviously something that is a big bonus. You've got 5 shared accounts on that email, and that's email accounts only. So that's the free plan. You've also got the starter plan, which is $10 a month per user, and that's 6 months history. So that will give you 6 months of your old emails, 5 shared accounts, and that includes email, SMS, and Facebook accounts, and Twitter accounts charged separately at $20 per month per account. So you've also got the final package, which is probably the most popular one, the one that I have. It's $15 a month, unlimited history, 5 shared Twitter accounts. You also have integrations, rules, API access, and a host things more. So what do you get inside of this package? Now, what I quite like about Missive is it has read receipts. So obviously, when you can track an email by using the tracking abilities, you can send later. And this has particularly been helpful recently for scheduling emails to developers and people like that when we're buying a house, because then we don't have to wake up in the morning and send it automatically. We just schedule that quite easily. That's a feature that I particularly loved in Newton actually, and that is available through Missive. You've also got the ability to snooze, which is popular with emails. You can pin conversations. What I quite like about the abilities is, for example, you can snooze only if nobody replies. That's another one that's available through Newton too. But you can also undo send. The mobile applications and the web versions and the Mac versions all look the same, and they work so well. Like I've actually never known an email app to actually work this efficiently. I occasionally had issues with Newton sometimes. I mean, a lot of email applications you do have problems with, but when it comes to actually syncing and giving me access to the emails at a time, I've actually had not a problem, which is quite nice. And of course, you're like, Francesco, you're going to say that. The only problem I've had is like a small bug that says that I've got one email unread, but it seems to be buried deep in my folders, which I need to find and get rid of. But of course, that's probably just me. which is good news. You've got loads of other abilities too. So for example, if you want multi-email accounts, auto CC and BCC, unified inbox, which is something that a lot of people love, send and archive, which I use pretty regularly to get rid of emails because I use something called Inbox Zero. Merging conversations, setting labels, colored labels, Gmail search syntax, that's one thing as well. The search has been absolutely fantastic, a lot better than Newton search at least. You've also got the ability to send emojis and quick replies as well. So there's loads of stuff inside of this email application that gets me excited. But as I said, and as actually they recommend, they don't necessarily use it as a solo email unless you are prepared to pay $15 a month. And $15 a month for a lot of people is expensive. So guys, hopefully I gave you a nice tour of Missive. Again, I like to mention they are the sponsors for March here on the Keep Productive YouTube channel. So this will probably be a tour. I'll include their link in the description so you guys can go and access them. But as you can imagine, if you're using it as a solo one, definitely review whether an email app is worth this much to you. Like, if I'm honest, I've found it hugely valuable. But the real thing that Missive is it's a great team collaboration email. And it's a way for you to start assigning, sharing stuff. Whether you're a small team and you want to collaborate on a support email, or you're a team that actually is, for example, you want to hire a personal assistant and invite them along to handle all your emails, which probably will be something I do in the future. But at the moment, fantastic email application and I highly recommend it. And as I said, this is the reason I'm not going back to Newton, because I pretty much found a home here. But again, do remember I freelance, so I need a fairly robust email application. Anyway guys, a big thank you for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. I hope you found value. Please do leave any questions because I'll happily answer them in the comments below if you have any specifics about this application. But I'll include all of the beautiful stuff in the description if you need to know. Anyway guys, thanks so much and I will see you guys very, very soon. Cheers.